Why do you feel like leadership is all inclusive, and what does that mean before everyone says Dion's going all he's going all pro DEI on us immediately? What does that mean? Well, no, what does leadership is all inclusive mean to you?
I just think, you know, and I'll tell the viewers what prompted this. There's a Republican congresswoman out of, I believe, Indiana, and there was a town hall where, you know, one of the residents, you know, stood up and just asked, okay, well, what is, you know, talking to the congresswoman, what is your stance on, you know, the sensitive information leak with Pete Hegseth and everyone else in that message thread? And in that moment, you know, and then they also asked, would you say he needs to resign? And at this moment, you have all these people stand up saying, lock him up. And I just thought about, you know, leadership and understanding that, you know, as a alderman, as a councilman or woman, as a mayor, as a governor, as a president, as a senator, as a state rep, on the PTA board, after campaigning and winning your race and taking office, you represent everybody that you're supposed to represent. And I think it's extremely important because, you know, this is not a Democratic or a Republican problem when we talk about this data leak. This is an American problem. This is a problem that affects everybody in the country. And I don't want this moment and this lesson to be lost, not necessarily about the sensitive information, because not everyone understands why this was so dangerous, and that's okay. But I think more importantly is to understand that this is not about Republicans. You know, this leak is not bad because Republicans did it. This is no. These are our duly elected officials. These are the officials, well, except for, you know, P. Hegseth, he was selected and confirmed. But when we talk about these officials, you know, now this is not about Republican or Democrat. And leadership being all inclusive is understanding, you know, that if I'm the mayor of Chicago, I'm the mayor of everyone. If I'm the governor of Illinois, I'm the governor of Illinois. If I'm the president of the United States, I am the president of the United States. And that is all inclusive. That is everyone. And I just think that when we think about these moments, you know, as leaders, we have to make sure that after we campaign and we win that election that we ran for, we have to make sure that we kind of recalibrate. And we realize it's not a us versus them anything anymore. Now it's about us representing the people thing. And I think that if we can kind of have a moment where we can recalibrate and have those people in our lives that can help us recalibrate, I think it'll put us in a better situation. Because I just think that, you know, party politics all the way down to the local level has really shifted, you know, the collective responsibility and role that they play when it comes to you know, being able to care for and represent everybody.
Yeah, I think that was very, very well said and very, very well articulated. To me, it's about the purple, and the purple is everybody. The red and the blue, that's how you get purple. And that's really, to me, what it's about, all of us as a collective, and really us just trying to make a, you know, like, you know, as a parent, I care about my life. And I love my life, but at the end of the day, my daughter's life is, to me, the most important thing, and making sure that she can have a solid future and things that in a better world in which the one that I grew up in. And to me, that better world in which the one I grew up in is not a divided world. It's an all inclusive world. And that means that everybody, you know, gets taken care of from the top to the bottom. And sometimes I do think, like, you know, leadership in general, whether it be in the tech sector, entertainment, production, everybody's so focused on who's making money at the top, when usually those that are making money at the top already have a lot of money. They just want more money. And it's less about trying to make sure that everyone can go home at the end of the day and feel confident about their choices in their life and about America. Like, you know, I think as a kid, I grew up in America. I believed in the American dream. I don't necessarily know if the younger generation has a reason to believe in that. And I believe part of that, it comes from the fact that things have become so divided and less inclusive, just like politically, and how polarizing we all are on a daily basis on all levels. You know what I'm saying? And I think if we all, sought and thought to come together collectively and build, regardless, like I hate sounding corny when I say regardless of skin color and stuff, but at the end of the day, like if you look at my phone Rolodex, it's everybody in there. Like it's not just one, it's everybody in there. Absolutely. And when it comes time to make money, that really normally is usually the only thing that matters. Like the color green, not what political party. And for me, I just think we all just got to, continue to hone in and lock in on the fact that our only real differences, or the only things that are really dividing us at this point in time, are really our ways of life. And if the way that we've been going, which has been a divided way for all these years, is not working, maybe it might be time for us to come together and be more inclusive, because at the end of the day, we all bleed the same color blood. We all have the same internal organs, same amount of toes, fingers, eyes, shout out to the disabled community. I say that as no disrespect. I'm just saying we all are collectively the same internally in terms of our DNA. And especially as Americans, like we should all come together with that pride of wanting us all to be better and move, further beyond where we are now for our children and for the next generation, so that way they can be happy. So